Is everybody ready? Ready? Ready?
Yes.
Nah, I don't think y'all ready. I don't think y'all ready. I do not think y'all are ready for this information. If you are ready, I want to see the chat blow up. Okay? Y'all gonna put some money in the Zoom chat. I want to see that you guys are ready. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. We gonna play some music because I don't think y'all ready. I don't think y'all ready. Come on. We need y'all not ready for this stuff. Y'all don't, are you guys ready to change your life? Are you ready to change your life? Are you ready for the good life? Right? Hello, hello, hello. Are you ready for the good life? Let's go. Y'all, my name is Odetta King. I am a senior marketing director. Yes, I drank all the Kool-Aid, super, super high off of energy. Love, love, love this amazing campaign that we're on, which is educating our community. I'm going to give a couple of people a shout out. I'm going to go to the participant list. Wow, let me see. Abiola. God, Abiola from Georgia. Good to see you, Abiola. Celeste Williams. Good to see you. Chris Branch. Good to see you. Who is Coke? Coke, where are you from? Right? I want to see you guys put in the chat. What state are you from? Your girl is in New York. Y'all already know New York. Okay, OdettaKing.com all day, every day. Brooklyn, yes, Latoya, I see you. Go, Latoya. Go. California's in the house. Middletown, New York is in the house. Come on, guys. Put in the chat where you represented from. I see Cali. What else do I see? New Jersey, New York, Yonkers. Awesome. All righty. Well, guys, if you do not know me, let me formally introduce myself. And yes, I am hyperactive. Yes, I am high off of life because I'm enjoying a good life thanks to WFG that has made it possible. Someone has blessed me with this opportunity many years ago, and I'm forever grateful to someone by the name of Angel Diaz. A lot of you know him, and he was the one that presented me with this opportunity. He said, Odetta, what do you do besides teaching? And I'm like, well, I'm always on social media talking about stacking your coins, right? So he lent me this book, and before you know it, the rest is history. I drank the Kool-Aid. I was in so awe of not knowing a lot of information when it comes to my finance. And I just wanted to save, right? But then I realized it's not just about saving money. You got to understand taxes, right? Because Uncle Sam gonna get you real good. So tonight I have the privilege of introducing two of my fellow business partners. There's young, right? So young people, those of you that got your kids, get your kids involved because these two guys are amazing. I remember seeing them when they first started the business. They were coming up, and before you know it, today they're running the show. They got offices, they got people in different territories of the country. It's just a blessing to see how they have grown, okay? How they have grown, and now they can run these seminars and webinars to educate you. So they're passing the baton because someone passed it on to them. So they are none other than Shaman and Thomas Ray. Some of you who met them at the party, you know, Thomas Ray has a heart of gold. We're always, well, he, especially in Yonkers, is always doing amazing things for our community. And so we just want to spread this love. We just want to have everybody know what we know. We're not selfish over here. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Shaman and Tom. Take it away, y'all.
Oh my God, that was amazing. I thought my energy was high. Her energy is on a trillion, right? Welcome everybody. I'm so blessed, highly favored, and thankful that each and every one of you took the opportunity to come here this evening to learn more about finances, learn more about taxes and how to pay less of it legally, right? And to make sure that we can go ahead and build more wealth for our families and spreading this education amongst the community. Like myself, Tom here, my brother, he is a man of the community, a man of the people. He is a servant leader. That's why I look up to him so much. Very well spoken. He knows how to hold a room. And I'm just thankful that week after week after week, Tom and myself have been holding these workshops and showing everybody what it means to have the good life. Now, before I get ahead of myself here, everyone, I would love for you to tell me in the chat, who invited you tonight? Let me know who's winning the invite game. Us in our organization, in our firm, we are very competitive. And I just want to show everybody that I'm kicking their butt. So please tell them that I invited you so they can know, like, wow, Shaman, he's a Don. I can't beat him. I got to keep up with him. He's the fastest one out here. If it's not me, push me to go ahead and invite more people and being able to, I love y'all. There we go. There we go. Blow up the chats, y'all. And I would love to go ahead and, you know, catch up to whoever's ahead of me. But without further ado, I'm going to talk to you about the good life. I'm going to talk to you about financial education. Now, look, the good life means many things to many people. And because of that, I'm here to go ahead and explain that for you. Look at that. I'm beating y'all. You see my chat? You see my people are going off. Where's your people at, Odetta? Vern, Tom? I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm just want to go ahead and just poke a little fun. Again, it's all love. All right. Now, as you can see, I've shared my screen. There's no need for anybody to go ahead and turn on their cameras, but I would really appreciate it with you when I do ask to participate in the chat, if you could. And halfway through my presentation, I will be passing it off to my brother, Tom, so he can go over some more concrete information about how you can save better on taxes. But I have to set the groundwork, people. How do you know you need information until you understand what you have, right? So let's begin. The good life, like I mentioned earlier. The concept of the good life, okay, it can vary from person to person very greatly, right? But we all know there's at least some core values that we all share together. That's love, health, wealth, and happiness, or if you want to call it fulfillment. I think happiness is kind of fleeting. Fulfillment is more concrete, but to each their own. Now, these four different concepts or these four different needs that we have for the good life, okay, we all share them together. Your love might be different from what I love, but we all have the same type of, I want to say, priorities, okay? So here are some of the elements. I'll break them down in bullet form. Financial stability is one of them, of course. We want to have enough money to meet each one of our needs and to achieve each other's goals. How many of us, put in the chat, how many of us love to travel? Put your hand up in the chat, whatever it is, type yes, whatever it is. How many of us love to travel, right? And how many of us love to live a life where we don't have to worry about the bills? I'm sure everybody would love to not worry about the first of the month anymore, right? Well, that's what financial stability is capable of bringing us. And also it can give us another part of the good life, is personal fulfillment. Doing work that is meaningful and fulfilling, pursuing hobbies, interests that bring us joy. Me, myself, I like gardening. My aunt, she's on the Zoom call here. She likes gardening as well. And I enjoy, watching things grow, coming from a seed into a tree or into a fruit. I think is a miracle of life. And that's my personal fulfillment. What's yours, right? We all have different ways of fulfilling our lives, but we all want to be fulfilled. Then we want to have strong relationships, close relationships with family, with friends, supportive relationships with loved ones. Of course, we all would love to have a stronger relationship with our loved ones. And then finally, our health and our well-being. As they say, health is wealth, right? I would rather be healthy than wealthy, but to be honest, I'd rather be both, okay? But having good physical and mental health and taking care of one's overall well-being can be an important part of good life for many people. So with these 4 points that I've made, can everyone agree that this is the good life? If we could fulfill all 4 of these, we could fulfill the good life, right? Well, what if I told you tonight, I'm going to share a key component to how you can fulfill this good life? How? Well, we want to talk about money's importance Okay, I'm just going to just focus the screen on myself. If somebody could spotlight me, I think Odetta, you're still spotlighted. Now, money's importance, okay? When it comes to the good life, money constitutes a significant portion of that. True or untrue? Money seems to be in every facet of our lives. I love my children, but I gotta still pay for their food and clothes and things of that nature, right? I love my wife, but I still have to go ahead and make sure that we go on dates, right? I love my health, but I still gotta make sure I pay for all this kale and all these foods at Whole Foods, right? It's funny. My wife's mother, she always likes to call whole food whole check. Right? It kind of feels like that every time I go there, right? So if money can affect our health, our relationships, and even our self-esteem, wouldn't it be a good idea to prioritize money? You see, my belief is that 95% of your problems have to do with money. The other 5% can be done by just having a conversation, true or untrue. Hug it out with somebody. Maybe you just need to take action at the gym. But 95% of our problems are coming from money, right? Financial stability and good money management skills can help us achieve our goals and lead a fulfilling life, while financial stress and poor money management can have a negative impact on our well-being and overall quality of life, right? It's worth noting many people are not taught the basics about proper money management. This is why you're on here today. This is why we've been on a campaign for financial literacy. This is why Odetta invited you. This is why I invited you. This is why Tom invited you. This is why Vern invited you. T. Erica, why she invited you. Why all Usha, why all of our associates decided to invite you this evening is because we weren't taught this in school. You mean to tell me that I have to deal with something on a daily basis that has its hands in every fraction of my life, but they didn't teach me in school how to manage it? Who sees that as a problem? Raise your hand, type that in chat. Who sees that as a problem? Money's in every facet of my life, but in school, they taught me to make a living, not a fortune. Right? So with that being said, if we didn't know this growing up, if we didn't understand money management in school, this can lead to financial difficulties and stress, and again, can have a negative impact on other areas of our life. For us to be uninformed, misinformed, and disinformed when it comes to money leaves us at a serious disadvantage, where our frustrations with money can bleed into other areas that we care about the most. So today we'll be learning about good money habits, paying yourself first, setting your savings goals, emergency funds, setting a budget, putting money to work for you, and the 3 rules of money. Okay. Although I'm talking about the good life, guys, I still want to talk about money's involvement in it. Finances and relationship. Now, this might stagger some people. A number of studies and surveys have found that financial issues can be a significant source of conflict in relationships and can contribute to relationship problems or divorce. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Right? I know I've had arguments before with my loved ones about money, my wife, my spouse, right? About money. I wish I didn't have to in those times that I did, but it's a real thing. This is real life. So for example, a survey conducted by the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers in 2016, check this out, found that financial issues were the second most common reason cited for divorce, right behind infidelity. Wow. So it's either I'm going to have a divorce with you because you cheated on me or because we can't get our money situation together. Can you believe that? What if you're a loyal partner and really the only issue is money? I don't want that to be a reality for people. They should stay together because they love each other, not because the bank account is looking down and out, right? And check this out. Another survey conducted by creditcards.com in 2015 found that money was the top source of conflict in relationships. Wow. And this staggered me. 78% of respondents reported that they had argued with their partner about money. So if I line up 10 relationships, 8 of them have argued about money. That's insane. So this is my theory. This is my philosophy. We didn't get together for money. I'm sure you could look at your spouse and your significant other. You didn't get together with them for money. Maybe they look good. They know how to make you smile, right? You have good talks together, okay? Well, then if you agree that we didn't get together for money, there's no reason we should split because of money problems, because all it takes is discipline and guidance. And that's what you're getting right here. That discipline and that guidance. You don't have to do this alone. It's just that the financial industry is full of snakes and vipers, not everyday people like you and I. But because we have built a firm, right, with people like you and me, for people like you and me, we can do it properly. Because I have no allegiance to a financial firm. I have an allegiance to my clients and their understanding of how money works. Financial education, not sales, not numbers, but people. Am I making sense so far, y'all? Y'all show me something in the chat. I'm not even looking at the chat. Let me see. Give me some fire emojis. I need some love, y'all. Doesn't it make sense? Yes, agreed. True. I love it. So let's continue. All right. Let's talk about health and finances. So one part of the life was love life, right? Now let's talk about our health and finances. Like I say, health is wealth. But check this out. Wealth is also health. What? Let's talk about it. A number of studies and surveys have identified common sources of stress for Americans at different times, and financial concerns have often been identified as a significant source of stress. They say stress can kill you. Well, if you're stressing about money, although health is wealth, your wealth might be affecting your health. Ooh, come on, y'all. Come on, talk to me nice, okay? For example, a survey conducted by the American Psychological Association in 2018 found that top sources of stress for Americans were work and money. So, in other words, money and money, right? Because work, you got to make your money there. And money, well, there you go. Stress can contribute to a variety of physical and mental health problems. How much of us are advocates for mental health? How many of us are advocates for going to therapy, doing meditation, being in prayer, giving gratitude? How many of us are advocates for that? But how many of us are not advocates for getting your money right when it comes to your mental health? Because if I'm stressed out every day about money, I can't think straight. They say stress takes the blood out of your brain and puts it into your hands and your feet. Because in evolution, we had to run, hide, or fight. So I don't need the blood in my brain. So if I'm stressed out, I can't even think straight. So we have to understand how money works so we can start thinking properly. Because if it's affecting our love life, it's affecting our thinking. It's affecting our health. Check this out. For example, chronic stress can weaken your immune system. It can contribute to the development of cardiovascular disease, and stress can also worsen mental health conditions. So you can have strokes, heart attacks, high blood pressure because of stress. I don't care how much quinoa you eat. Okay, I don't care how vegan you are. If you're stressed out, what you eat won't really contribute much to your health. This is why meditation is important, yes, but we have to attack the source of the problem, okay, which is our issues with the lack of understanding of money. It can even develop into things like depression and anxiety. How many people are taking antidepressants today? How many people are dealing with anxiety? It's a real life thing. And it can also disrupt your sleeping patterns and lead to insomnia, staying up late at night because you're worried about money. You're worried about the bills. You can't even give your body the rest it deserves. And then finally, stress can also lead to stress eating. That's problems on its own. You start stress eating, and now We have weight problems. Now we have other complications coming up. Okay. So although health is wealth, I agree. Take care of yourself, work out, go running, lift some weights, eat right. But also wealth is health just the same. Get your money right, be responsible, and don't do it on your own. Work with our team. We're all over the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico. So we're bound to find an associate of ours that can help you with your specific situation if we can't ourselves. Okay. How many people have been in a financial workshop that sounded like this? Nobody. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking. They just want to talk about real estate and LLCs. And no, that's not the root. That's not the root. People make decisions emotionally and then back it up logically later. So let me help you what you really want, which is the foundation of the good life. We all want the good life, right? Let's continue. This is just to emphasize America's desire for help. I mean, how many Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? Can anybody guess without looking? 80%, approximately, almost 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. They could just make it to next Friday. Just make it to their bills. That means there's no money left over for them to save, which is actually the backwards way of thinking. You should be paying yourself first, and then whatever you spend afterwards, you don't have to worry about because you've already saved. Put yourself first. Uncle Sam, the US government, they put themselves first. They take their piece before you even see a check. And then inflation is out of control now. So we've all been learning to live with less. What if you just lived with less for your own good? Start paying yourself first so you can prepare for circumstances and emergencies like these, like the ones we're experiencing today. Coronavirus messed up everything. And we're still feeling the aftershocks of it. Right? Pay yourself first. How many Americans wish they had more financial knowledge? About 61%. And another 46% felt like they needed help with their finances. So half of America needs help, or at least they feel like they need help. And 61% says they need more financial knowledge. Who's giving financial knowledge? We are. Because I don't work for one specific firm. We are partnered with 77 of the top firms in the industry. So I have no allegiance to one company. I have an allegiance to my clients. So I'm going to give you the education so you can make an educated decision. If you don't want to do A, doesn't matter. We can do B together. Right? If you don't want to do B, doesn't matter. We can do C together. What works best for you is my goal. And at the end of the day, I want us to have more clarity, to see clearer in a water full of murky dirt that they didn't really teach us much about. Just deaf, dumb, and blind, right? Finally, how many Americans have or stick to a budget? 63% say they don't even have a budget, and only 59% stick to it, and 59% don't even stick to it. Again, that support need. Again, at the bottom, this is why our firm not only provides the products to help you, but also the education and, again, the guidance. How many people are enjoying this so far? Let me see the chats again. I see we got 14 new messages. Yes, therapy, deep, good. I'm loving that you guys are enjoying this. How many people we have in today? We have 46 individuals here today. That's almost 100 individuals, or half of 100 individuals in here. We need more. We got to help more people. How many more people do you know need this information? Please, anytime we have an event, invite them. Come again. Get this information over and over and over again. You learn once for knowledge, twice for wisdom, and 3 times for understanding. Keep showing up. Keep hearing this information. And then you can put it into practice into your life with the real knowing. All right, let's continue. All right, I'll quickly go over this, but poor money habits versus good money habits, right? Poor money habits is very simple to know. We know what we need to do. We just don't really have the guidance or the network or the support group, okay? Number one is not having a budget. If you're not keeping track of your income, your expenses, and your savings, that's stopping you from reaching your financial goals. Just keep track of it. I challenge everyone to look at their bank statement and look at every transaction they have and scale it on a scale from 1 to 10, how happy it makes you that you're paying for this, that, and the third. You'll start to see that these needless expenses that you're putting your money in is starting to really affect you in a negative way. And we can stop those habits. You don't have to have your money burn a hole in your pocket, as they say, right? Because as I move on to the second one, overspending, spending more money than you have coming in, right? Some of us, we just want to spend because we want to impress people, buy things that we don't need with money that we don't have to impress people we don't like, to just have them talk behind our backs anyway. Right? Some people like to say, oh, I can't wait for these haters to hate. Dude, the haters are going to hate whether you're rich or poor. They don't care if you're getting more things. They're still going to hate. They're your haters. That's what they're supposed to do. But I mean, right? I was in the same type of mind state. That was me at one point too. Yeah, I want to flex on the haters, right? Impress the haters, right? Not saving enough is another one. Failing to save enough money for emergencies or long-term goals can make it difficult to handle unexpected expenses or achieve your financial objectives. These are some things that I have a challenge with as well. You know, things come up, we have challenges, but you know what? I have a support group that's there with me along the way. I have an automatic savings that's going in every month to build my wealth for my family, for myself, right? And to make sure that we can start preparing for more and more emergencies, okay? They say every 6 months, a human being ends up with some type of emergency coming up. The car breaks down or whatever it may be, some health complications. I don't know, God forbid. I would not put that on nobody. But my point is, we always have an emergency coming up in about every 6 months. Prepare for it, okay? Impulse buying things you don't need. I already said this, to impress people you don't like. Or even worse, fulfilling your desire for instant gratification. Thanks to Instagram, thanks to Facebook, thanks to TikTok, thanks to all these social media platforms, we are addicted to instant gratification. We don't need to buy these things left and right just because it's shiny. I challenge you to wait 2 more weeks after you see something that you want to buy and see if you still care about it 2 weeks later. If you don't care about it or don't even remember it, you didn't really need it. It's okay. Let your money work for you instead. Instead of spending it and giving it to another man to make them richer, why don't you let it stay in your household where we will teach you ways that you can multiply it to make you and your family richer. So now in the future, you don't even have to think about overspending because you have so much money coming in, you could live off the interest. Okay. And then finally, taking on too much debt, borrowing too much money, especially at high interest rates. How many of us have credit cards? Okay. How many of us have too many credit cards? All right. Some of us might need to chop some of our credit cards, right? Because wealthy people take on debt to buy assets. Poor people take on debt to buy consumer products. You feel me? Someone said facts. You feel me? Right? So good money habits. We got to make a budget. Determine our income, our expenses, and our savings goal. Let me just see what I'm at on time real quick. Okay, good. And create a budget that reflects these numbers. This will help you understand how much money you have coming in and going out. Are you at a deficit or a surplus? A deficit means you have more coming out than coming in. A surplus means you have more coming in than going out. Figure it out. You are the CEO of your own household, and you ought to run your family's income like a business. You know how businesses lower their deficit spending? They lower their expenses. So maybe you got to just spend a little bit less. Live a little more frugal. It's only temporary. Don't worry. I know it hurts. It's painful. I got to pull back. It's only temporary. It won't last forever. It's only to make yourself better in the long run. Be attracted to the pleasure. It's okay to go through the pain. Again, now we tracked our spending Also, use some budgeting apps to track your spending. Work with one of our financial educators where we're going to do a personal financial strategy for you and determine your income and your outgo. We'll help you do all these things I have listed here. I'm just saying a lot of people want to do DIY, do it yourself, and we never get to it. You put too much on your plate. Okay? Don't put so much on your plate. There's plenty enough for all of us to have a plate at the table. Why don't we share some of the weight? Okay? Prioritize paying yourself first. I already said this earlier. Your recurring bills is somebody else's passive income. I'm going to say that one more time because I don't think you really caught that. Your reoccurring bills is somebody else's passive income. Why are you always on time for your bills, but never on time for yourself? Pay yourself first, then pay your bills. Uncle Sam gets his cut before you see your check. Get your cut before your landlord, your mortgage, or whatever sees their cut. Start off with just 10%. Work with one of our financial professionals. They'll help you make it more seamless. Okay. Avoid unnecessary debt. I mean, that's self-explanatory. And then be proactive. Be ahead of the curve. Like I said, in 6 months, we always experience some type of emergency. Let's be ahead of the curve. Okay. And now get support, finally, one more time, again, from a financial professional like myself or whomever invited you. Okay. Very important that we work together. Create a network. They say your network is your net worth. You are the average of your 5 closest friends, the people you hang around the most. Start hanging around people who have that money mindset so your money mindset can be in order. And you can still hang out with all your other friends, but now you have some more clarity. And if you really love your friends and family, you can introduce them to individuals like us so they can get their mindset together too. And anytime you hang out with them, everybody is on the same wavelength. It's all cohesive, and we're all washing one hand with the other. How's that sound? Does that sound like a deal? Good. And finally, put money to work for you. This is where I'm going to pass it off to Tom Ray in a moment. But put money to work for you. Most people work for money, and they're unaware that money can work for you. Those that do put their money to work through investing, okay, they do that through investing, but because they don't pay themselves first or set a budget, they often dip into their investments. The first step to building wealth is not investing. The first step to building wealth is building up protection, savings, paying off debt, and then investing. Excuse me. And it sounds like a long process. It's really not. It could be done with just 2 or 3 get-togethers with our firm, okay? But others believe that putting your money to work for them is too risky. And it's only risky if you don't have the right financial education. The stock market is risky, Shaman. The bank doesn't give me enough in interest, Shaman. Why do you think you have to put your money either in the stock market or in the bank? What if I told you there was a way for you to grow your money with the market, never lose your money to the market, no matter how far it crashes, okay? And you can access this money tax-free at any age. Would that be something you take a serious look at? If not, well then, with all due respect, this might not be for you. But if that does pique your curiosity, that's exactly what we could show you to do, where you never lose money to the market, guaranteed. And I can say that with confidence. All right. So finally, unfortunately, only 39% of Americans had savings accounts, such as a 401k or IRA. That means out of 10 Americans, 6 of them have no retirement at all. Is that you? It's okay. Don't feel bad. We're not here to judge you about money. No one's here to judge you about money. Money does not mean your character is bad. It just means that, well, you're a product of the system that didn't teach you about it anyway. No one's here to judge you. I didn't learn it. Odetta didn't know it as a professor. Vern didn't know it as a business owner. I mean, we all didn't know it. But now we've learned and we made it a priority. So if that's you, make it a priority, because another survey, okay, said that 51% of Americans had no investments at all. Get your money to work for you, y'all. You work so hard day in and day out, trading your time for money. You'll never get that time back. So for the money that you receive, for the time that you put in, make that money multiply itself so you can, quote unquote, buy your time back. Doesn't that make sense? Putting my money to work for me after I worked for it so I can buy my time back that I spent to get it makes sense to me. Okay. But that's the end of my presentation or my portion. I really appreciate everybody on here. I hope you took copious notes. Okay. And if not, come to the next one. Come to the next one. Sit down with one of our specialists. We're going to help you in time to come. Every day you'll build your understanding. But in the next portion, we will give you world-class financial education. This was the non-physical things. These are things that you really can't put action to. But what Tom Ray, my brother, is going to go over now, like I said earlier, you will learn how to grow your money in the market, never lose it to the market, and access it all tax-free. This man is an expert. He's a teacher in trade, but as a business owner and an agency owner within our firm, he's building it up to a point where now he's going to begin moving away from the education system, from the government and the education system of our platform. Tom Ray, they call him the People's Mayor of Yonkers. This man is an author of 3 books, a poet, and just an altogether great soul. So without further ado, I would like to give you the opportunity to give a warm welcome to my brother, Tom Ray. Thank you for your time, y'all.
Shaman, thank you so much for that love. And can we please show some love for my brother in the chat, man. This is phenomenal. The energy has been on tilt since we started. Shout out to my sister Odetta and Vern, man. This is truly an honor to share with you all tonight and to all the guests that's here. 47 guests, family. We're gonna round that off to 50. I know there's people watching with them. So thank you for being here, man, because y'all could have been anywhere else. And tonight, man, I'm gonna share some great value with you. Before I do so, as Shaman said, yes, I am a Yonkers native, truly a servant leader, man, and I'm all for educating our people. I'm a firm believer that we perish due to the lack of education. And in order for us to live that great life, the good life, we must be educated on how to do so. And, being educated about our finances is what matters. I'm a firm believer in that. And we must get our money to work for itself. And just imagine how many people are out there that need to learn, this information. We present so much great value for you, for your family, for the community. And these 3 concepts that I'm gonna share with you right now, the 3 rules of money, on how to compound your money, how to eliminate taxes, where to invest your money, is what I'm gonna share with you tonight. And I pray that you all take copious notes as well, and you take heed to what we're going to share with you, because this is truly life-changing. It has changed my life. It has changed Shaman's life. It has changed Odetta's life. It has changed Vern's life, and it has changed many, many business partners' life. And without further ado, I'm gonna share with you the first rule of money, which is compounding interest, family. And when I share this concept, I just want you to know, when I first got affiliated with our organization back in 2019, this concept right here blew my mind. It blew my mind because, once again, it is one of the most important discoveries in finance, which is called the Rule of 72. And it shows you how to compound your money with a very, very, very simple formula. You take your rate of return and you divide that by 72. And it shows you how many years it takes for your money to double. So we have 3 different interest rates here. We have 3 different interest rates. And before I get started, I want you all to know that these interest rates exist in the market, but we don't get educated on this stuff in school. And you have to have well over a few thousand to sit down with an advisor. And we're taking time out of our busy schedule to sit down with you and educate you. So as you see here, we have an interest rate of 4%. We have an interest rate or rate of return of 8% and a rate of return of 12%. And as I shared with you, these rate of returns exist in the market, family. So I advise that you all take the time to sit down with the person that invited you after this call or within 24 to 48 hours. So this first rate of return, 4%. If you take 4% and you divide that, if you take 72 and you divide it by 4, in 18 years, your money would double. So hypothetically speaking, family, you start investing 10,000 today, in 18 years, your money would have doubled to 20,000. In 36 years to 40,000. And as I transition over to when the rate of return actually doubles to 8%, every 9 years, your money would double, family. Now, here's the thing. I like to be as transparent as possible. And I love to laugh myself as well. So just think about this. I don't want to put anybody's age on the spot, but for the elders on this call, or for the more mature on this call, how many 9-year cycles have you had in your life? And think about that. As I share with you, if you were to invest 10,000 today, in 9 years, your money would have doubled to 20,000. In 18 years to 40,000, in 27 years to 80,000, and in 36 years to 160,000. Family, being as transparent as possible, I'm 37 now. If I was given this education years ago, man, my account would look so phenomenal right now. But thank God I was given this education. I was given this education to start investing in a program that we offer for families to really produce a great financial foundation. Now, here's the juice. Here's the nuggets. Here's the rate of return that's going to blow your mind. A 12% rate of return, and it exists. It exists. This is what the rich and wealthy capitalize off of. And in 6 years, with a rate of return of 12%, in 6 years, your money would double. Every 6 years, your money would double. Where are you getting this education at? And just think about it within the communities where we come from, because once again, we like to share this information with people that look like us, that can relate to us, and that need this education, right? And majority of us, we invest our money into banks. Now think about the interest rate or the rate of return that the bank is giving you, which is hopefully 1%, the most. 2%, if you're lucky. If you're lucky, you know what I mean? So you take 72 and you divide that by 1%, investing your money into the bank. Every 72 years, your money would double. I don't have 72 years to wait for my money to double. I do have 6 years. I do have 6 years. So hypothetically speaking, right now, right, family, if you were to start investing 10,000 in your account today, in 6 years, your money would have doubled to 20,000. 12 years, 40,000. 18 years, 80,000. 24 years, 160,000, family. 30 years, in 30 years, 320,000. In 36 years, well over 500,000. Now think about where you're placing your money at right now. For the guests that's on this call, think about where you are investing your money. Think about where your money is right now. And the difference between 10,000 at 4% versus 12% is 600,000. I'm gonna share that one more time for you. The difference between 10,000 at 4% versus 12% is 600,000. And these interest rates exist. Sit down with us. Sit down sincerely. Take the time to sit down with somebody that you can relate to, that's going to give you the God-honest truth, that's going to share this value with you, that's going to teach you how to compound your money. And then they're going to share with you another rule of money, which is taxes. And the question is, where do you put your money? Where do you put your money? Benjamin Franklin said, there's nothing certain in this world except death and taxes. And we have 3 different tax brackets, where we have tax now, we have tax later, and we have tax advantage. And what we do here within our organization, within our firm, within our crusade, we teach families how to transition their money or position their money from tax now, tax later into tax advantage accounts. And I'm gonna share with you how these accounts work. So when we look at a tax now account, we like to compare that or just give the illustration that you have your checkings, you have your savings, you have a CD, you have a stock, and you have your mutual fund. And when we look at the graph, we look at the graph as you contribute to these accounts, to these tax now accounts. As you contribute to these accounts, it's being taxed. As it accumulates, it's being taxed. As you go to touch or access your money, it's being taxed. Think about how many people are investing their money in tax now accounts. Think about how many people have stocks that rave about stocks, that's adamant about investing into stocks. Do they know how their stocks is being taxed? No. But we educate them. We educate them to the best of our ability. Now we have tax later. Tax later, which are our 401ks, 403bs, IRAs, annuities, pensions, and TSPs. So this is pre-tax money. Pre-tax. So as you see, it's not shaded in the first contribution column there. It's not shaded as the money accumulates, but it is shaded when you go to access your money. So think about this for a second. Would you like your money to be taxed on the seed or on the harvest? And as you can see in the tax later account, it's being taxed when you go to access your money, when your money has grown, when your money has compound, when your money has been invested into these markets. It's being taxed when you go to access it. And when we think about a 401k or a 403b within the working class communities, there's many people that have 401ks and 403bs, as well as myself. As Shaman said, yes, I am an educator in the Yonkers Public School District. But now that I have the education on how 401ks work, I'm on a mission to educate as many people as I can, as many coworkers as I can, to get their money out of 401ks and 403bs. Because guess who actually capitalizes off of the 401k and 403bs? Not the employer. Excuse me, not the employee, the employer. So, like I said, the information that we're sharing tonight is so great, and the value is phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. And think about how many people need this. So now we're going to transition over to a tax advantage. This is after tax money. These are saving strategies, saving programs that you actually own for yourself, like a Roth IRA, 529 college savings plan, executive bonus, long-term care benefit, cash value life insurance. You know, most people think that life insurance is only beneficial for a person or a family after their family member is deceased. No, cash value life insurance or life insurance can work for your benefit while you are alive, family. While you are alive. And here we show you how to do it. We show you how to take advantage of tax advantage accounts. So your money is already taxed. This is the program that you own is taxed already. Now, as it accumulates, it's not being taxed. As you go to access your money, after you have invested for 5 to 10 to 15 years, it's not taxed at all. Tax-free, no penalties to access your money. But when we look at a tax later account, that is your money. That's the money that you're working hard for, but it's being taxed. So once again, we show families how to transition or position their money from tax now, tax later to tax advantage accounts. Now, my question to all the guests here tonight, how many of you would like to place your money in tax advantage accounts? Share that in the chat before we move on to the last concept or the last rule. Just shit. Absolutely. 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 Now, here's the last rule of money. that I love as well, because it's great value as always, and it's investment options. And in the world that we live in today, there's many, many people. There's young kids nowadays that, they share or they express that they're investing into Robinhood accounts, cryptocurrency, they're investing into Bitcoin and all of the investments that's out there. But do they have the education? So we have three different investment options. We have fixed, we have variable, and we have index. And when we look at a fixed investment option, we want to compare that to investing our money into the banks, where we have safety, but we don't have the opportunity to grow our money. It's safe. It's untouchable. You can't. It's nothing can happen to it in the bank. It doesn't have the potential to grow, but it is safe. Now, when we look at a variable investment option, it does exactly what it says. It varies. It varies. So you have growth, but the thing is, you have no safety. And we want to compare that to stocks, to 401ks, to the Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, where you participate in the upside of the market. But you definitely have to be mindful that when the market crashes, guess who money crashes as well? Yours. Yours. And this is why we're on a crusade to really leave no families left behind, because there's many people that advocate about investing in stocks. Get your stock portfolio up. You know what I mean? Get your 401k. Make sure you're investing into your 401k. Rightfully so. It's great to have these investment options, but it's very important. It's more important to have the education. It's more important to have the education. You can go out there and invest in all the stocks that you want. Go ahead and do so. But if you don't have the education to do it, you're doomed. You're doomed. Now, what we educate our families on is an index investment option, which is a hybrid between a fixed and a variable, where you have safety and you have growth. You have a floor and a cap. I'm not going to get into too much of that tonight, but I want to pique your interest. You have safety and you have growth. So you're actually able to participate in the upside of the market. But when the market crashes, guess who is guaranteed no loss? You. You. You get to participate, as the illustration shows there. You participate in the upside. When the market goes down, you're actually safe. You're actually gaining money when the market goes down. We can talk more about that later when we sit down with you on a one-on-one. For those that are invited guests, make sure that you sit down with the person that invited you, that can actually give you the education, the proper education to inform you on how to invest into these index strategies. Because when I tell you, it is one of the greatest programs. It's the best program out there. And guess who has the business? Guess who has the platform? Guess who has the education to inform you? Those who invited you here tonight. Myself, Shaman, Odetta, Vern, T. Erica, Thomas. We teach families how to transition their money, position their money. Excuse me, I keep on saying transition. My energy is up there too right now. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be here with all of you tonight. But this index account, where you have safety and you have growth, there is no product out there. There is no strategy, no program out there like this. And we help families with it. So with that being said, I just wanted to share those 3 rules of money with you: compounding interest, taxes, and investment options. Now, I want you to think to yourself, before I close out, I want you to think to yourself, was this great value that we shared with you? How many other family members need to see this information? And would you like to learn more about an index strategy where you can grow with the market and you would have an opportunity to never lose to the market? guaranteed to never lose to the market. How many of you would like to learn more about this actual strategy? Put it in the chat. And with that being said, that is my time, family. I'd like to thank you all for giving me your undivided attention. Y'all could have been anywhere else in the world, but you was here tonight with us, and we thank you. We thank you, and we love you.
Yes.
We love you. This is why we're here educating you all, because we know that we need to leave no family left behind. And we're looking to build with like-minded individuals who are ambitious, who have service in their heart, who's willing to share the value with others. Because there's so many people that need this education. And just to think about the affiliation that you get within our organization, within our business, with building with like-minded individuals. Like-minded individuals who know how to grow their money, who knows how to eliminate taxes, who knows the importance of investment options.
Yes. Beautiful. Didn't I tell you he's amazing? You could tell he's an educator, man.
God bless you, man. God bless you all, family.
Thank you so much.
I'm ready to keep going, but God bless you.
Yes, no. Don't go nowhere, Tom. Don't go nowhere, because we're gonna pass it to Odetta to close us out tonight. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, Tom. That was phenomenal. You're a great brother. I love working with you. As you can see, he has a genuine soul. He really is out here to help people. He's so impacted by what we have to share here. And that's why we're just so energized and fired up. Why are we so happy and the rest of the world is so depressed? It's 2023 and we are up here with the highest emotion. Everybody else, the market's crashing. I might lose my job. They won't give me a raise. Inflation is out of control. I mean, where else are you going to find a group of individuals positive, want to share their positivity with you? I mean, I'm just fired up by the association. Forget the education. Just being around these people is great. You know, Tom is always smiling. Tom Detmer is always smiling. We got Vern, who's always full of energy. Rob, that's my brother right there. I miss you, Rob. We need to spend more time together. And Odetta at the beginning, she's always fired up through the roof. And that's the best thing about her quality, high energy, high income. But I'm going to pass it to Odetta to close us out for tonight. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much.
Wow, you guys did it again and again and again. Kudos to Shaman and Thomas. I'm so humbled to be in business with you guys. It's amazing. And together, we're going to take this stuff all the way to the top. We're going to help every family. No families left behind. Whether you want to hear it or not, you're going to hear it. And it's up to you. You can't say you didn't know, right? You cannot say you didn't know. We're giving you this opportunity, and it's up to you to take it and run with it like we did. So with that being said, super fired up. We have an amazing lineup of activities. If you live in the East Coast area and you want more of this fire, don't get me started. There's the Holy Ghost up in here. I'm a naturally hyped person. So when you come around me, you're going to feel that vibration, okay? You're going to feel it, and you guys are going to feel it. If you saw what you saw tonight and you think this is it, I challenge you. I'm going to tell you right now, you haven't even feel it. This is just a drop in the bucket, because we're bringing the East Coast, okay? New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, all parts of New York. We are locking it down on Sunday, April 2nd. So what is that going to look like for you? You want to get in the room. You want to change your life. You want to get this information. And guess what? When you get this information, two things you're going to do. It's either going to better your life financially, or it's going to put more coins. It's going to add a couple more zeros in your pocket. So make sure that you get in touch with a person who invited you. This is a venue that can only hold 350 people. And we already sold 200 tickets. If you do not have a ticket, you cannot be in the room, because we are not going to be having anybody stand in, because this is going to be a 4-4 hours non-stop, nothing but money, nothing but financial education, nothing but taxes, nothing but inflation, nothing about the good life. Being in an environment, and it's funny, I was talking to a friend last night, and he said, Odetta, if I was in this environment 10 years ago, my life would have been different. And I think every one of us on this call can agree. If we all were in an environment like this, we have no choice but to level up. We have no choice but to grow. And by default, your kids will forever thank you, because you, my friend, are going to be the one to lead your family. You, my friend, is going to be the one to break generational curse. You, my friend, is the chosen one for your family. So yes, pull up your sleeves, pull up your big panty, girl, and let's go to work. See you guys on Sunday. Felt already second. Don't play yourself. Pay yourself. You got this information, but this is just a snippet. Make sure you get in touch with the person immediately when we hang up and say, listen, I don't know what's going on. That girl was on fire. She got me hyped up, and I just want some more information. That's all you got to say. Or you know what? I want to know more. Tell me more. You're either going to be a client, or if you're ready to make this money, if you're ready to come on board, if you're ready to travel with us, if you're ready to take this to the top, let's run it all the way up. And with that being said, make sure you guys come back here, because the next webinar, if you got kids, the kid in my family are gonna be millionaires. The kid in my family are being born with money waiting for them. Kid in my family will be better than me, will be better than their parents. So we're going to show you how to set your kids up, not just for a lunchtime, but a lifetime. Not just for college money, but for entire life money, college money, car money, home money, retirement money. And if they act up, at the end of the day, it's your money. Okay. See you guys later. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll talk to you guys next week. You're going to get an email, get in touch with the person who invited you, and I'll see you at the top. Bye, y'all.
If you believe you can move the highest mountains, cross the greatest oceans, walk across the water. You feel defeated, falling on your knees and looking up for some hope tonight. You try to stand up, but you throw your hands up like you no longer have the strength to fight. 'Cause you've seen too many sunsets, too many days ending in the darkest night. But on your own, you'll never know, you'll never know. If you believe you can move the highest mountains, cross the greatest oceans, walk across the water. All you need is faith, but it's almost like you lost your way. Took a few wrong turns, took a few breaks, falling behind now looking for grace. 'Cause you need someone to lift you up, yeah, make right all the things you've done. 'Cause on your own you'll never know, you'll never know. If